Okie dokie. So some of my friends have been telling me I need to make a YouTube channel. Not so much because they think I'm gonna get YouTube famous. It's not really the point. It's more just we don't all see each other as much as we probably used to, and they just like to keep up with what I'm doing. By some miracle, they think that I'm entertaining. So I'm just gonna. I got some work to do on this thing tonight. I'm gonna see if I can just take you guys along with me. I don't really know what I'm doing, but you know, as you can hear, there's a storm rolling in right now, so might get a little loud, might get a little rainy, a little wet, but we got a roof, so who cares? I'm just gonna clean up in here a bit, and then we will get started. Okay, gave things a mediocre sweep. So basically what happened with this rig, that's getting pretty loud, that thunder. So basically what happened is we were all hanging out celebrating my buddy's birthday, having some brews at the brewery, and his girlfriend wanted to take a ride in this thing on the way back because she thought it was a cool car, and I was happy to oblige because I think it's a cool car despite how much I absolutely hate it sometimes. But on the way back, I lost all the gears. I couldn't get it to move. Which the funny thing is, we were talking about how I'm gonna have to replace the clutch soon or something to that effect. Not even 5 seconds later, done. Lost everything. Stranded on the side of the road. So they, I had them come pick her up, and I called my grandfather, and he saved my ass. I couldn't get through to AAA because they don't answer the phone anymore. You call them, and then you have to give your name, and they call you back. But every time that they call me back, it's still a robocall, and there's no one on the other side. So my parents are gone for the weekend. It was just me. So I didn't know what to do. So we came down. We towed it back with a ratchet strap, redneck style. But we got it here. So engine's not running anymore. I think it got flooded, and we have absolutely no clutch, no transaxle. I'm not sure what the problem is, but the bummer is I've only gotten 150 miles on this thing before it died again. So gotta drag it in here somehow. The driveway's sloped down a bit, so I won't be able to push it up here by myself. So I gotta figure something out, but we'll take it in here. I'll try to get the engine running again first. See if we can clear the flood, and then after that we'll start tinkering on the clutch. See if we can figure that out. I've never changed the clutch. I've never fixed one. I've never done anything to any sort of transmission in my life, but someone's got to fix it, and I guess it's gonna be me. So, yep. I'm just gonna grab a winch and figure something else out to get this thing ripped in here. All right, it's the rain's already starting. It's getting kind of loud. I'm already a little bit wet, but I got some rope. I got a winch. The plan is, I don't know if you can see it in the shot. Yeah, I'll show you. We got a post right there. I'm going to hook the winch up to that post and up to the rope. This rope is not rated for this kind of thing. So, you know, who knows what'll happen. I'm gonna put wheel chocks in the front and move them up as I go. So once it snaps, it's not gonna end up in my neighbor's yard because they already don't like me very much. So we don't really need that. So let's go ahead and get that hooked up. Actually, can you see that? Yeah, kinda. We'll aim her down a little bit. Very nice. anytime you have tight lines under a lot of load, you want to be really careful where you stand. And if you can at all, just don't stand anywhere near it. Because if that snaps, that thing whips back. Luckily it's at ankle height, so it's just going to be like getting a scooter in the ankle at Mach 2. But it's not fun. It can kill you. Can, you know, give you summer teeth. Some are here, some are over there. This rope seems to be stretching a lot. I might switch it to a 2500 mule line. I'm gonna pop the e-brake off, see if it moves at all. I might just honestly load up a little tension on the rope and just use that to assist me in pushing it in. But we'll see. So. Oh yeah, not a chance. One thing you can do is place something heavy on the line so that if it does snap, that can't go very far. But it's not exactly an insurance policy. Oh yeah, that's stretching way too much. That's not safe. If you ever feel like something you're doing is a bad idea, listen to your gut, because it probably is, especially if it's an idea I had. It's probably a bad idea. So we're going to go ahead and let the tension out and think of something else. Oh, I should probably put the brake back now. Okay. This stuff should be a little stronger, and we'll double it up just to be double sure. Should be about 5,000 pounds worth of static load. So that would be able to lift this car entirely off the ground. But you got to be careful with what kind of knots you tie, because that can actually lower the rated load of your line. You also want to, you know, just give it a quick once over and make sure none of it's already halfway bitten through. you're moving a car, you don't want to push on the body. You can use the wheel. That'll actually give you a little more leverage than just trying to push the whole damn thing. As you can see, I'm just built different. And I'm sweating now. Okay. It's nice and straightened out. Let's get all this junk out of the way. All right. A little more, another foot. Oh. Right over the broom. All right, she's in. That's gonna be the easiest part of this whole thing. This is probably gonna take a couple days. Okie dokie. One moment. All right. Things are gonna start getting a little more difficult, so I just had to have the most important meal of the day. They really have it. Canned bread. Okay. So yesterday, even in neutral, this thing wouldn't fire up again. The engine wouldn't run. The engine was running well before, so it smelled a little rich when I was cranking it because I was literally just sitting there just cranking the piss out of it. Battery's actually dead, so that's a problem. What can I do about that? Well, I don't know. Guess we can start by taking its pants off. That's gone forever. It is hot in here. I might actually open the bay door back up. I didn't take a shower yet today, so the air in here is just getting a little funky. Pants removed. So that's the dead battery. How can I make it not dead? I could bring my car in here and jump start it, but the only problem is I don't want to run a car in the garage because carbon monoxide makes me feel really sleepy. So, first thing we're going to have to do, if it is flooded, so what happens is if you're just cranking on it and for whatever reason it's not starting, the engine's just, or not the engine, so this is throttle body injected, so basically the squirty bit up here just keeps giving it the juice, and juice is good, but too much juice, you get lost in the sauce. It's just not, it's not a good thing. Let's see, that's perfect. Let me find the zip zap gun. Oh, socket's not deep enough. So what you can do there, if your socket's not deep enough, put it on there, and as long as it's not too tight, you just barely put the pokey bit in the pokey bit receptor. There you go. Get it right off. So, let me see if this is in frame here. Oh yeah. Smells lovely. That smells like gasoline. Is that in frame? More or less in frame. Let's readjust a bit here. Oh, this camera quality is leaves a little something to be desired. Let's see if I can make you taller. A little bit. Very nice. Alright, I can live with that. So, basically what's happening is there's too much juice in there, and so in order for combustion to happen, you need the correct mix of fuel and air. You can't have too much of either. If you got too much air, then there's not enough, you know, explodey juice to make the explodey. But if there's too much explodey juice and not enough air, because the juice itself isn't flammable, it's the gas it makes that's flammable, then you don't get enough gas, I guess, and then it can't explode. So we are going to disconnect this. So what that does is, so this right here is the fuel injector. It shoots the juice down into the hole, and then it goes all the way through the hallways and down into the big rooms in the engine there and does its thing. But so right now, since there's too much gas, we need to spin the engine without adding any fuel to try and get some of that gas to get out of it. Maybe it'll fire up, maybe it won't. I still have the problem with the dead battery, so I will hook up this machine. That beer is really getting to me. Let's see, black to red, and red to black. Oh, those clamps are not exactly, wow, these suck. Good grief. We'll try that. Oops. That switches on. I need some angry pixies from the wall. Extension cord time. What the frick? Oh, I can't unplug that. That's a bad idea. Okay. Do that. Plug this end in. And we are going to set this to 12 volt, 6 amp. Bigger numbers are better. I don't know if it's working, but it's humming. It doesn't know the words, so. Let's see. Let's just check to make sure we are getting voltage. Volts, DC. There we go. Huh? OL. Why? $11 volts. That's not good. So it's 12-volt battery, which means we're looking for at least 12.8 volts. Funny how that works. So that battery is not going to do anything for a pretty long time, which means we might need to find an organ donor. I think I know just the guy. His name's Honda. Actually, her name is Honda. My other car is a girl. I didn't mean to misgender it, but I'm sure she'll still be able to sleep at night. Alright, so next up. Next step is to find out that these jumper cables are not long enough. So we'll go ahead and do that real quick. Excuse me. Whoa, that burns. Yeah, not a chance those are gonna reach, huh? Oh, maybe. They might just barely reach. Let's go ahead and unplug this. Ooh, that's really hot. Why is that really hot? Maybe that's why there's caution tape on it. Might have something to do with it. Alright. Let's get it hooked up. You know, they really don't make these things fucking easy. Get clamped on there. That's probably good. Let's check the juice. What are you stuck on? 12.6, good enough. Okay. So, we'll go pick up the positive. So you never want to, when you're hooking up batteries together, just clamp directly onto the terminals, because there's a lot of reasons that a lot of people say. The one that I usually stick to is that the corrosion that builds up on the terminals, that's actually flammable, so a spark from that can ignite it. So you don't want to do that. I'm going to do it anyway because I have no regard for safety and I'm also lazy. Let me start the Hondu back up. This out of the way. So we're just going to let that run for a minute. Let it juice up some. It's always a good idea to give it a quick sniff test. Make sure you don't smell anything burning. And if you do, it's probably bad, so you might want to stop. But, that battery's dead. It's the third time it's died, so want to give it a sec before we just go romping on it. Yeah. How was your day? Mine's been, well, my past couple days, they've just been a real hoot and a holler. But we're still alive, still kicking. Alright. Should be fixed. Let's crank on her a little bit. See what we get. That is very dead. So we'll let it charge up, give it some cranks, let it charge up, give it some cranks, repeat the process a few times. That's going to allow that gas that is still left in the cylinders to get its way out through the valves. We might actually get some pretty bad backfires once it does get going, since there's so much fuel pent up in the system. Yeah, so I won't bore you with that. I'll do this a few more times, and then when I'm ready to hook her up and just really give it to her, I'll bring you back along. And we'll see if she runs up. Okay, I've given it 3 good cranks without any injection. So hopefully it's cleaned out by now. Fingers crossed. Clench your cheeks. Let's find out. So I'm going to, so this is the wire harness for this fuel injector right here. So we're going to plug that back in. So now it'll shoot some juice. We'll crank it, see if it fires. That is a hard no. Oh. Well, that's a problem. Here, I'm gonna take you down. I'll show you this. I can't believe I didn't notice before. So, if you look down here, this is what's known as the rotor cap. So basically, the electricity goes in here, and there's a little spinny doodad in there. So you notice there's one input, that's the input right in the center, and there's 4 wires out here. So basically what it does is it takes the electricity in from the coil, and so there's 4 cylinders in this motor, and they're not in sync with each other, so they all fire at different times. So basically what's happening is, as this is spinning, this is also spinning, and the spinny bit inside here corresponds with the spinny motion inside here. And as one of these cylinders is coming up to top dead center on the compression stroke, the spinny bit in here will rotate around and hit a post inside the rotor cap that'll connect this and one of these, send the electricity through, and then that goes through the lightning hose here, goes into the spark plug, makes a big spark, and then that ignites the gas so that it'll go. I don't know where, so this right here, let's check to make sure the metal is inside. It is. This is supposed to be connected on here. I don't exactly know why or how. There is something biting my arm. What is your problem, sir? Please, kindly fuck off. Anyway, so we'll go ahead, plug this onto here. Nope. So you just gotta push till it click. Nope, that's not good. Why are you not? Why you know? Let's try again. There we go. You hear that click? That's what we want to hear. So now we should have spark again. Let's plug this back in. Now, because of all the fuel that we've been shooting in here without any way to ignite it, this thing might explode. So cover your ears. You might want to turn the headphones down a little bit. Oh. So, engine fires up, but if you can hear that, that squealing is not normal. I don't think it's this belt. It sounds to me like the clutch, and it smells to me like the clutch is still engaged, which means that even though it's in neutral right now, the transmission is somehow engaged, which is bad. That is a bad thing, which means I'm probably going to have to rebuild this transmission. So, yeah. Let's see, just for laughs and poops, I'm gonna push the clutch in, see if it does that. So, you could hear the squeal stop. So either that means it was the belt, or the clutch just completely burned itself out and there's nothing left of it to grab on. So let's try it again, see if it happens again. Yeah, that's not good. One more time. Yep. I can smell it. That's the clutch. So essentially this thing has catastrophically self-destructed and totaled itself. That's bad. That's a bad thing. So what that means is that all the money and time I put into this car is now it's more worthwhile for me to still throw it away than it is for me to fix it. But being the stubborn and stupid man that I am, I just rubbed a bunch of oil and gunk into my bad eye. That's real good job, Pete. Basically what that means is we are fucketed. But yeah, like I said, being the stubborn and stupid man I am, I'm still going to try to fix it because I don't want to give up on this car. So what we're going to have to do now, and I'm probably not going to do it today, I'm going to have to mentally prepare myself for this. So you can see there's some bolts up here, some bolts up here. We got to take those out. Those are for the top of the strut. And then, down here, you're probably not going to be able to see. No, it's just too dark. Can I turn the flash on? I'm going to stop the video and start it up with the flash on. Okay. So now, underneath here, and let's not poke myself in the eye with something and screw up the other eye. So this whole engine cradle has some bolts somewhere. I promise I'm gonna find them soon. What the frick? Oh, there's one. So there's 4 of these bolts. These rusted C's bolts that are probably gonna snap. So you take all 4 of those bolts out. Let me get out from under this shit box. And then we lift the whole car up. There's gonna be some stuff we gotta disconnect in here. And then all of this stays inside. The car comes out from under it. We tear all that down. It's gonna be a fun time. I'll make sure to film that. But I think I'm gonna call it a night there. It's been nice farting around in the